And we're back after many months. We haven't worked on the Land Cruiser too much here in quite a while. Today's actually Easter Sunday, and so we came back up to the shop here to play around, work on a little bit. We have done a little bit of work on it. We moved the fender here a little bit. We'll head on over to the pasture side. Maybe the sun will help us out a little bit better. This used to be the brace, so the fender was down here, which brought it real close to our tire here. So as long as we're on flat ground like this, we were fine, but as soon as we got this one up on a stump or a rock or something, it would bump into this, and as you can see, we damaged our tire a little bit. But they're boggers, that's what they're for. So what we did, we went ahead and cut the fender right off from, we cut the outer fender here off from the inner fender, and we just moved it up, and we just have it tack welded on for now. Maybe today I might go ahead and finish that up, but what we're going to do, we're going to take and pull back on this, which will give us a little bit more. Our front end doesn't flex too much, and so I kind of like the looks of that, so we're going to do what it takes to make that work. Let's see, from where we were at last time, we've actually done quite a bit. You can see we've got a rear drive line in. There's a joint there. I don't know if I can get a really good shot of how bad the angle is. Let's move this little filter that I've got. Yeah, there's just no way to see it with the light, but it's about a 28-degree angle on that joint. So what we're going to do, you can see our wonderful welds on our makeshift drive line here. And then of course we tilted the pumpkin up. But what we're going to do, we're going to go through high angle drive lines and have them make us one. They have one that'll run constantly at 30 degrees with a maximum of 41 or 42 degrees. And let's back out here. We've got ourselves a cross member in. We had to take things down a little bit lower than I originally wanted to, but this is what it's going to take to make it work. So we have our cross member in, of course our 205 in. We made a front drive line. Hopefully you can see it there. We made our front drive line on this. It's about twice as long as our rear drive line. Let me move here. There we go. We moved over so you can see this side. That the angle on the front drive line here isn't bad whatsoever. It's kind of neat. You get to look up and see the bottom side of everything. So I think we'll just kind of stay with this drive line as the front. We need to get a different U-joint on it because this one doesn't quite fit right. And of course, the way I parked it, you can't see that this is too small, but it is. That's the wrong one. So we got to get a different one of those, and I'll go ahead and pause so I can crawl back out from underneath this guy. Okay, so we're back out from underneath. We're up in the front of the truck here. This is from our last video. You can see the outers that we had. Well, we were driving around in just front wheel drive because I didn't build the rear drive line first. And we were crawling up on a rock, and we broke something in here. And I don't know what this guy is, but you can see everything's just broken in there. We broke that inner shaft somehow. Let's see if I can't do that for the camera. Yeah, that's great. But what it did, it forced me to take the diff cover off and find out that somebody had just poorly welded the spider gears together. So perhaps it was a good thing that it broke here in the driveway instead of out on the trail somewhere. And we got this side over here going. I kind of figured out a way to make it work. It kind of bums me that I broke it, but you can see I have these grade 8 bolts here, and then inside here, yeah, I left them just a little bit loose. I have locking washers on the other side of it so they can't back out. But what I have right here is a little brass bushing. So what's going to happen, that brass bushing is going to get worn, and then it's really easy to swap out the bolt, so that way the part that gets worn is 99-cent replaceable at Orchard, which makes using this front axle a lot easier. And what we'll do now, I'll go ahead and pause again and I'll show you some of the other stuff we've done. Bam.